Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Madrilejos. I am recording this video for Tuesday, February the 10th class discussion. Okay, let me share my screen. So, week 4 is going to be next week, Tuesday, Tuesday and Thursday. Let me discuss first the requirement for that week or the objective. So, that week, student will learn to write clear instructional goals, and measurable objectives. Student will align assessment with objectives to ensure validity and coherence in lesson planning. Student will submit their second draft of the assignment for instructional feedback and improvement. The student will complete and submit the required field hours documentation by the due date. Okay, so basically Tuesday is going to be item number 1. That's our objective. We're going to write a clear language objective for your lesson plan. So this can be M1. Okay. On M1, I'm going to, let's go on first with this. You're going to download this PowerPoint, and it will look like this. Okay, here we go. So again, the discussion is about how are you going to write lesson objectives and goals for your class. Now, let's discuss the difference between goals and objectives. Goals are broad and abstract or long-term. As example, I'll give an example as mathematics teacher. My goal for this week, next week is my student will learn quadratic equation. Okay? That's a big goal. But quadratic equation has a lot of moving parts. Okay? That's where the objective goes in. Okay? So objectives, be specific, measurable, and short term. Let's say my first objective, the student will be able to draw a quadratic equation in Cartesian plane within the day at the end of the class. Okay, that's specific, measurable, and short term. And then my second objective is the student will be able to identify the roots or solution of the quadratic equation by solving the problem within the class before the end of the class. And then my third objective might be the student will be able to identify if the quadratic equation is positive or negative before the end of the class. So these are the objectives, okay? So these 3 objectives will lead to my goal that the student will learn quadratic equation in general, okay? Goals describe the destination. Objective describe the steps to get there. That's basically what I just explained. So here we go. The lesson objectives, it must be clear, measurable. It's easy to assess. It's easy to check if the student are learning. So these are the format. The student will be able to, or the SWBAT, plus the power verb coming from Bloom's taxonomy, and a specific measurable description of what student will know or will able to do. Okay, these will be found in the resources that we have. Now, how do we write objectives or language objectives, like behavioral objectives? Objectives should be specified in 4 main. We call this the ABCDs. Okay, A is for audience. Who's your audience? It's your students. Okay. B, what do you expect them to be able to do? So use an action verbs from Bloom's taxonomy and describe, okay, what behavior are they going to do? Are they going to analyze the graph? Are they going to solve the graph, evaluate? These are the behavior. Condition, under circumstances will be learning occur in order least to greatest, okay? how they're going to do it, and degree, how long. So let's say they can graph within 10 minutes. They know how to graph within 10 minutes. They can graph on the Cartesian plane, okay? Or they can solve the problem within 15 minutes, how to solve for the values of X. Those are degree, time frame. So these are the who, what, how, and how long, okay? We call this the ABC objectives. Now, audience, basically your audience is your student, okay? So usually if a big class, of course, like in conference, your audience is the teachers, or okay, that's an example. So but in your class, it's going to be your student. You're going to use the word the student will be able to, or the learner will. The TLW is the learner will. Next is the behavior. What are the students are doing? So later on, I'm going to show you the Bloom's taxonomy triangle, which is the best verb that you're going to do, you're going to use, and which verb or Bloom's definition is more higher order thinking. Okay, but for now, I'll give you this table here. If you want your student to do evaluation or to test, so under evaluation, it says here, make and defend judgment based on internal evidence or external criteria. So you're going to choose a verb from under evaluation. Or if you want the student to apply or application, it's under application. Apply knowledge to actual situation. Next is condition. What's the condition? The condition refers on how you want the student to execute the assignment. Example, I want my student to, as math teacher, as to learn how to graph a quadratic equation. Identify if it's positive graph or negative graph. That's my example. But here are some things that you need to understand also. It must be correct, sequential, chronological order, from least to greatest or greatest to least, okay? Accurate to the nearest tens, correct unit. So these are the condition. So you want to see, my condition right now is I want to see a positive graph. So the parabola is opening upward. Or a negative graph. Okay, so how does it look like on the equation? What's the difference between the positive and the negative graph on the equation? Next is degree. How long you want the student to do this? You need to give them time, okay? So basically, example, if I'm going to graph a positive and negative graph, it won't take long. It's U-shaped. When it's open up, it's positive. It means my equation there, y is equals to x squared, a positive x. If it's opening down, it's a negative. So this means my equation is y equals to negative x squared. So those are like simple things that I can do it in 5 minutes. But then you still need to give them time as a practice, a classwork. Okay, worksheet. Identify the type of graphing of a quadratic equation. So you're going to give them like a graph or an equation, which is a positive and negative, and they will identify. This is how you check for understanding. Okay. Now, but sometimes, if it's like you need to solve like quadratic equation, you need to do factoring and then find the factors or the solution. It takes long time. So you need to plan, okay, how it works. This is not just, oh, okay, I want my solving quadratic equation in 5 minutes. Sometimes that doesn't work. You need to plan it because solving quadratic equation needs thinking, needs processing, than just graphing a quadratic equation. Graphing, you can see it like visual. It's positive or it's negative. Okay, understand that. Now, example of a well-written objective. So look at this, no? The audience is red, The behavior is blue, condition is purple, and degree is green. So this is how you're going to do, okay, on your assignment. You're going to write 3 objectives based on the topic that you're going to, teach, okay? So this is the topic from your mentor teacher, okay? You're going to create 3 behavioral language objective. And each objective must be color-coded, okay? Student is red, oh my bad. Audience is red, behavior is blue, condition is purple, and degree is green, okay? Again, in this assignment, you're going to create 3 lesson objectives. Okay, now, so these are the example, okay? These are behavioral objectives. So if you notice on part 1, it says here, student will be able to correctly identify the expression that represent linear inequality in under 20 seconds. Okay, that's so fast, no? Which is, I think, is doable. Okay, but remember, once you create that degree, that time, make sure put yourself on the shoe of the student. They don't know yet what's this, so give them more time. Okay. Accurately sketch the graph of given linear inequality in under 4 minutes. So accurately sketch, not just writing the graph of inequality. You need to, if it's greater than, you're going to put like dotted line and then you shade on top. If it's greater than and equal, it makes sure it's solid line and then shade it on top, okay? Then justify whether or not the point on the coordinate plane is part of the linear inequalities solution in 5 minutes. So you need to identify. These are just examples. So we call this behavioral objectives, okay? Part 1. Part 2 is assessment planning. Now, assessment. So how this is the assessment of your, like I said, example, open-ended question. Visual production smartboard. So that's your assessment mode. But you have a text. So if you read this data, okay, let me read the text. Okay, just example. A linear function, equation, and inequalities. The student applies a mathematical process standard when using graphs of linear function, key features, and related transformation to represent multiple ways to solve without technology, equation inequalities, and system of equation. The student is expected to graph the solution set of linear inequalities in 2 variables on the coordinate plane. So these are the ticks. There's a lot, no? In the ticks, it's a lot. So how are you going to design language objectives? Example on the right side. Correctly, okay, that's the condition, identify the expression that represent the linear inequality in under 20 seconds. Okay, so that's an example. Look at the next example as how you're going to do, okay? And then the next page is also an example here. Now, these are the resources, okay? You can click that, see the Bloom's taxonomy here. And the teacher's research skills and another sources here. All right. So again, M1, your assignment is to design 3 language objective, behavioral language objective. Okay. Ensure to color code the ABCs. This M1, this assignment is related to M2 for Thursday assignment. Okay, I hope you understand. Thank you for listening.